I'm going to do a review for the movie Kapoor and Sons. I recently saw this movie, and I will tell you there will be spoilers. In order for me to talk about this movie and review it the way I want to, yeah, there will be spoilers, but I feel like it's been a while, so you had a chance to. And if you hadn't seen it, I would suggest you watch it before you even watch this anyway, but I really enjoyed this movie. I love this movie, so let me tell you that. Now, in terms of this year, I've seen 15 movies, and I'll tell you the movies right now. I've seen Airlift in theaters, I've seen Alia, I've seen Fan in theaters, I've seen Kapoor, I've seen Gayal once again, I've seen Kapoor and Sons, I've seen Kya Kool Hai Hum 3, I've seen Love Games, I've seen Masti Zadeh, Nia Ja, Rocky Handsome in theaters, Sanam Ray, Sanam Teri Kasam, Tara Saror, and Wazir. So those are the movies I've seen this year. Anyway, let's get into this review about Kapoor and Sons. So what I like to do is I talk about different aspects of the movie, and then at the end I give you my experience and I give you my rating. The plot is Rishi Kapoor has had a heart attack, and so his two grandsons who live in different places has come home to the family home in order to visit Rishi Kapoor, and I guess also visit their family. It's been a long time in which they have all been together, and so we're watching the family dynamics of it all. In terms of the acting, I thought the acting was really good in this movie. My favorite was Rishi Kapoor. Rishi Kapoor was awesome, okay? He played like an older, dirty old man. Not really, but for him to be the older person, he had some of the funnier moments in this movie. He was like some comic relief, and the man just had a heart attack. I don't get it. But I enjoyed it. I felt like even though he had stuff on his face, it was like I was seeing the real Rishi Kapoor. Not in terms of him being a dirty old man, but in terms of him just being funny and witty and his smile. I enjoyed Rishi Kapoor in this movie, and I thought he did a fabulous job. Also, the people who stood out for me in terms of the acting were Alia Bhatt and Fawad Khan. Fawad Khan was awesome. I was like, I need to see him star in more movies. I need to see him lead more. And then Alia Bhatt, in terms of the trailer, to me, Alia Bhatt looks like a child. And I know she's 23, but she looks younger than what she is. And so when I see her sometimes, I'm like, I don't know if she can be convincing in this role. I don't know if she can do a good job. And then she goes ahead and she does it. In Highway, she was amazing. In this, I thought she did a really good job. Even though her character to me was a bit sillier than the other two guys, a bit younger than the other two guys, I thought it really worked in terms of it being a romance and a love triangle. If she does a great job in Uttar Punjab, I'm going to have to go ahead and say I love Alia Bhatt. I really do. So I thought she was awesome in this movie as well. Siddarth Malhotra, like I said, I thought all the acting, everyone did a great job in terms of acting. This movie did not make me go, I need to see Siddarth Malhotra in this next film. I need to see him lead more. I just didn't get those feelings from Siddarth Malhotra. And so, I'm not saying he's bad, I'm just saying, like, I wasn't raving about him after. I was more thinking about Fawad Khan in the end. And then I thought the parents, the adults, did a great job as well. Rajat Kapoor and Ratna Patak. They also were awesome as well. But it was definitely Rishi Kapoor, Alia Bhatt, and Fawad Khan. Yeah, those were my three favorites. In terms of the story, this is a drama. This is a serious film. But something I liked about this movie is that they were able to bring in other aspects and make it work. For example, what I mean is they had the silly jokes, such as when Alia and Fawad were dancing on the dance floor and they were doing different moves. When Alia Bhatt was doing like her grammar, I thought that was funny. And then it had like the dirty jokes with Rishi Kapoor and his hymns, or, you know, the thank you for coming line. It had the drug scenes in which, you know, you always have to have someone smoking in the bathroom, or even Rishi Kapoor lighting up with his grandsons. I'm like, I don't like this. But I thought it worked in terms of the movie. Side note, what happened to the smoking is injurious to your health in terms of this movie? Not one time did I see that throughout the movie. Not one time. And so I feel like I should put that throughout this trailer, even though I'm not going to be smoking. I don't smoke. I've never smoked. It's not good for your health. Smoking kills, as they tell you. So I'm just going to put it in at random times, just for all those times that they didn't show it in Kapoor and Sons. But it also has the romance, just like the light-hearted romance and the love triangle, the Bollywood love triangle that should be there. It had the songs. I mean, for such a serious movie, and then you had the fun songs. I loved it. Let's talk about the songs. In terms of the movies I've seen and the songs I've heard, I love the Baji soundtrack, though I haven't seen the movie yet. And I love Kapoor and Sons soundtrack. Sometimes I watch movies and go, oh, I enjoy the songs in the movie, but I don't listen to them outside of the movie. This movie, The songs I enjoyed in the movie, and then also those are songs I've been listening to outside of the movie. I love Kaga Chulu. Let's Nacho was not in the movie, which I thought it was going to be played in the credits, but even so, by the time they got to the credits, I don't even think I needed a Let's Nacho. That was not the way I felt. I did not feel like nachoing at that point. And then, even though I love Kaga Chulu, like a close favorite is Budu Saman. I love listening to that song. I love the way that song flows. I love the it makes me so happy. I love that song as well. And I love the way it was picturized in the movie. This is my first time ever seeing the actual video. I've only listened to the song on Fawad. And so I love the way that was picturized. And even though the subs are good, the only thing, a bad thing about the subs were they didn't translate the songs. And so I would watch the song in the movie, and then I would go on YouTube and rewatch the song with subtitles. When you can go from watching a song in the movie and then watching it again, you know you really like the song. You know what I'm saying? So go from a dramatic film into these kind of songs. You know, you've got your party songs and you've got your happy songs. I thought they did a great job with that as well. Oh my God. Oh, let me talk about the writing. The writing was amazing. And I'll tell you this. That first scene with Rishabh Kapoor faking his dad, and then it goes into the table scene with the husband and wife arguing at the table. After I saw that scene, I went ahead and replayed it because I enjoyed reading the dialogue. I really did. And throughout this movie, when I missed the line or I missed the word, I would go back and replay it. And you know that's when you enjoy a movie, because sometimes when I'm not enjoying a movie, I'm watching it like this. Maybe I'm doing something on the side with it. If you miss a line, you're like, I'm alright. I just saw a movie like that. I was missing lines. I was like, I'm alright. I'll be alright. This is already a 1. I don't need more reason for it to be a 1. But I enjoyed the writing of this movie. I thought the writing was awesome. I love this movie because I feel you can converse about it. You can talk about different things about this movie. Whether it's the family dynamics, this movie is a conversation starter, and there's movies in which you watch and you're like, okay, what do I talk about after? In terms of this movie, there's different things you could talk about in regards to the movie, and in essence, just about different issues in life, different social issues in general. Now, I think we can just go into my experience. I watched this movie over Memorial Day weekend. I was traveling with my family, went to go visit my sister, and then we went to visit my aunt and uncle. And so it was my parents, my brother, and I all in the same room. I like a master room. I had my own ear mattress, and my parents had the bed, and my brother had some mat. I don't know, but you know what I mean. Like, we were all in the same room, but it was a pretty big room, thank God. And so I'm watching this movie about a dysfunctional family, and I've got my family in the background. I'm like, I totally understand. Oh my goodness, I understand this pain. There's a scene in which, like, Siddarth, Malhotra goes for Fawad, kind of he's trying to choke him. No, he threw something. And it's pretty early in the movie. I'm like, didn't that escalate pretty quickly? And then my mind went to one Thanksgiving, which we had, and we were going around the table, giving what we were thankful for, and my brother was being difficult, and that moment ended with my father with a chair in his hand. So I was like, well, okay. My mom went back to that stuff. I'm like, okay, maybe that is a bit realistic. Then I'm watching the movie, but at parts I'm hearing my parents arguing in the back. They're arguing about a particular subject. At one point, my mother comes over to me, and I pause the movie. She's like, help me out with something because your father won't help. And then later on, he's going to be upset because we didn't do this. And I'm like, it's just like the movie. And so, like, after we do this, oh yeah, my father has to come over and give his point of view. And we talk about it. And then I go back to the movie. And this is after the fact in which Fawad Khan has confronted his father when he goes to a news home and he's kicking the car, and then my brother's trying to talk to me about something my mother has done to him and it's upsetted him. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling him I'm watching this movie just about us. And I said, this is what you look like right now. And I played a scene of Fawad kicking the car. I'm like, that's how you feel right now. So I thought this movie was relatable. Oh, there's another one. I'm watching the movie. You know, my mother's older, so her hair is gray right here, but she's wearing a black wig. And my father goes, why don't you dye your hair? It looks like you're wearing a hat. And I just don't. Oh my god. Dysfunctional family meets dysfunctional family. It felt like some Inception or something. But anyway, so I'm enjoying the movie in this type of environment. And then I really debated either watching this movie at that point because I thought that the movie was going to make me cry. And when you're on vacation, you don't want to watch something that will make you cry. You're already in some kind of circumstances in which it's not normal. You're not comfortable. You know, if you get if I start crying like I think I am, I don't want a headache right now. And so I watched some other movies. I watched Tears for Roar and some other movies before I actually watched Kapoor and Sons. And when I tell you I cried, I'm not even kidding. Like, I cried. But Rishi Kapoor always faking his death in the movie, I did think he was going to die at the end. I did. And I got really scared. I got really nervous. I was like, I hope he makes it to this picture day. What if he dies after taking the picture, while taking the picture? And then when Bhatt Kapoor, when the father got hit by the car and he died, that's when the tears started. Oh my gosh, that's when I cried myself to pieces. I felt really upset for Rishi Kapoor's character. Yes, he felt for everybody else, but because, you know, like they say, the parent should die before the child. And when he lost his grandson, not grandson, his son, before the picture, before the family picture, oh my God. Oh gosh, that's when it got really too real for me. And I couldn't take it, and I felt really upset. I don't even know how to accept the fact that he died. I know he and his wife did have that moment in bed the day before. And you don't know if he would have been a changed man or if he would have still been a cheater. He died with them having a horrible marriage at the end of it all. When they took that second picture, I said, oh gosh, don't take it. Don't do that second picture. There can be no happy ending from this. And they had the cutout with the father with his pink ball. And they took the family picture again. I said, oh wow. I said, they had all these issues for so long. I said, oh God, I hope my family doesn't have these issues for long. I was like, Molly, you are there. You're as old, or if not older, or a bit younger than them. You're there. That's your family. That's your family in a family picture. We need to take a family picture. We haven't taken a family picture in so long. Anyway. Oh, it was a good movie. It really was to me. And so, at the beginning, it started as a 4 or a 5, and at the end, I knew it was a 5. Not even at the end. Mid-range, I knew that thing was a 5, and it stayed at a 5. And this is, so far, my favorite movie of the year. So, that's awesome. Alright, so I'll end it like that. Bye.